A Holy Year, from the cathedral's point of view, is a year in which the 25th of July, St. James's Day, falls on a Sunday. And that, by tradition, gives it a special significance.
Well, I think this Holy Year in particular, I think, is important. The St. James feast day occurs on a Sunday, which is what delineates that. And those are anywhere between 5 and 6 years apart and 11 years apart, depending on the year. And this one, I think it's been 11 since the last one. And so that coming up next year is going to be quite a special event.
You're probably aware that most Catholic saints have a specific day attached to their celebrating their life and what they achieved. So July 25th is the holy day for St. James. And many people have a St. James activity that they will do. But when that holy day or that date falls on a Sunday, then it becomes a Año Jacobeo, or a holy year.
Those who arrive at the cathedral, particularly those who have walked or cycled over the required minimum distance, receive a plenary indulgence. But interestingly, it's not for yourself, it's for someone else.
But it's also, they do more celebrations in Santiago for a Holy Year. You are walked, pilgrims are allowed through a different door of the cathedral in the Holy Year.
They have a door at the back of the cathedral that they open, which is called La Puerta de Perdón, the door of pardon. And that door is only open during Holy Years. And your Compostela has extra meaning for arriving there. It certainly creates a bulge of people coming into Santiago. In normal years, about half the people who arrive in Santiago are Spanish, and the other half come from hundreds of countries around the world, literally, and may have less religious intent. I certainly feel that there's a lot of people on the Camino, probably a third in my estimation, who are walking with some certainly religious, and maybe widen that to spiritual reason for doing it.
The first big Holy Year in the modern period was 1993. And then, and it's hard to say why, but really thousands and thousands of people decided they were going to experience the Camino, go on the Camino. I walked in 92 and a friend came with me the following year, and really it was like chalk and cheese. In 92 you could walk and hardly see anyone during the day, other pilgrims. On 93 you were never alone.
We stopped at albergue, and the woman said, "I'm sorry, we're full, but don't worry, we can find a bed for you." Because the townsfolk were opening up their home.
However, they really tried to bump up the infrastructure for the Camino in 2010, and the word I heard by the by was that they were actually surprised that on the Camino Frances there wasn't as much stress and strain as they thought there was going to be for people finding beds.
I can tell you just the sense in the United States of wanting to get back there and walk those pathways is pretty strong, and so. My personal view on that is I think given the Holy Year and the amount of time since the last one and the events of the day, I think I would not be surprised to see a strong population on the worldwide population on the Camino